Parts Garage. In this video, I'll be working on the Team Associated B74.2 Bag 6. So let's get started. And nicely anodized aluminum pieces. Got the aluminum posts as well. And looks like carbon fiber arm. All right, so what we're gonna need first is we're gonna need these two pieces off the parts tree. So let's get these off and trimmed. So we're gonna need this piece here, the one that has like these two ears on it. So grab that. We're gonna need the carbon fiber piece. We're gonna need two M2.5 by 8 button head cap screws. We're also gonna need a 6mm ball stud, which is gonna be the shorter ball stud in the bag. And we're also gonna need a M3 lock nut. So the orientation that this is gonna install in is gonna be like this. So this piece is not symmetrical, and according to the manual, this little notch or little notch right here, that's gonna be in this orientation. Okay, so you can go ahead and install our M2.5 by 8 button head cap screws. You're going into plastic, so you don't need to tighten down on it too hard. Once it's shouldered up, you're good. So next we're going to install our ball stud and our lock nut. So the ball stud is going to go through the top, just like so, and we're going to put on the lock nut from the bottom. All right, and double check the threads are engaged in the nylock, so we don't have to worry about it backing out. So next, we're gonna grab 4 M5 by 8 by 2.5 bearings. These bearings should have been in bag 4, so if you need to grab your bag 4 and grab the bearings, do so. Okay. So we're gonna grab 4 of those, and we're gonna install them in both of these bell cranks. And you want to install it with the rubber seals visible, so that way the seals prevent any dirt or debris from getting into the bearings. So just like that, on the bottom you can see the blue seal, and on the top you can see the blue seal. Next, we're going to prepare the steering rack, which is this piece. We're going to need the 2 1mm spacers and 2 of the 8mm ball studs, which are going to be these two. And since they are going to be going into aluminum, we're going to put some blue Loctite on it. So we want to put the spacers on each of the ball studs, and then put a little bit of blue Loctite on there before installation. And we're going to install on the inner position. So on the bottom, you can see that there's a hole here and a hole here. We're going to be installing it on the innermost hole. That's the kit setup. Now we can put all this together. So we're going to need our 4 M4 by 7 by 2.5 millimeter bearings. These are the smallest bearings in the kit. We're going to need 2 of the hat bushings. And we're going to need 2 M3 by 16 button head screws. So the way this is going to install, let's go ahead and put our bearings in, and all the bearings, same thing as before. Make sure you can see the rubber seals. That's going to prevent any debris from getting into the bearing. The +3 and this indicator is facing up. We're going to install the hat bushings from below. Just like so. And then our steering bell cranks are going to install like this in this orientation. And the screws are going to install in this hole and in this hole. And everything moves nice and smooth under its own weight, and that's what we want. I mean, everything's shouldered up. I don't want to over tighten it because it is going into plastic. So you can do the same thing on this side. And everything moves nicely under its own weight. So now this is ready to install onto the chassis. So set that aside. Now we can install our posts onto the chassis. So we can grab our chassis here. So now we're going to need the steering posts and 2 M3 by 8 flathead screws. So the steering posts are going to install in these 2 holes in the front. And since these are aluminum, we're going to install some blue Loctite on these screws. And I was able to tighten it down without having to hold back up. There are some flats on these posts, so if you're not able to tighten it down, you can hold it with a wrench. All right. So now with this installed, we can install the steering bell crank assembly. This is the left side of the car. We know that the +3 and this indicator are going to be facing up. So we just need to install like so. And everything moves nice and smooth. It's exactly what we want. So we're going to install the front body post. Looks like there's 2 of them. We need the one that is wider. So we can just get the flashing off of here. So this rounded portion is going to face the front of the vehicle and just installs like so. And we're going to use 2 M3 by 8 button head cap screws, and we're going to install it with some Loctite since it is going into aluminum. All right, even with it tightened down pretty good, everything moves pretty smoothly, and that's what we want. I think maybe just back it off just a little bit. So everything moves nice and smooth. Doesn't bind or anything like that. So that's exactly what we want. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. No issues with this part of the build. Please like and subscribe if you found it helpful. Let me know down in the comments if you had any issues, and I'll try my best to help you out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video where I tackle bag 7.